Hello and welcome to the beautiful ancient city of Odense for quarterfinals day at the Yonex Denmark Open, presented by Danisa. This is one of the oldest tournaments in the sport of badminton, and it's the 9th event on the 12-tournament MetLife BWF World Superseries. Not only the 9th event, but one of the 5 premier events. In fact, the 4th of the 5 premier events, which are an even higher tier of tournament within the Super Series. I can tell you the 5 are the All England, Malaysia, Indonesia, Denmark, of course, and the last one is China. And at the end of the year, we have the Super Series finals, and the destination this year is once again Dubai. The top 8 players in pairs in each of the 5 disciplines will qualify for the Super Series finals. Well, it is quarterfinals day, as I say, and we're starting with men's singles, and Chou Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei is up against Kento Momota of Japan, who's already won 2 Super Series titles this year. Then mixed doubles, and Lu Kai and Wang Yaxiong of China up against the 3-time beaten finalists, 3 years running, the last 3 years, that Indonesian pair of Tontowi Akbar and Liliana Natsir has been in the final here in Denmark. Then we have another men's singles and the 2-time Olympic champion, Lin Dan. He's won 3 titles here in Denmark. He's up against the young Dane, Victor Axelsen. Then women's singles, and Wang Yihan, 2 titles here from 5 finals. She's up against PV Sindhu of India. And then the last of our quarterfinals is men's doubles. Chai Biao and Hong Wei of China up against the 2010 winners, Matthias Bo and Carsten Mogensen. The home players, of course, will enjoy home support and incredibly trying to reach their 7th consecutive semi-final here at their home event. That really would be quite a record, wouldn't it? Well, as the fans eagerly anticipate the start of our matches on court number 1, you can see that there's 2 other courts in progress. So the first of our quarterfinals, Chou Tien Chen of Chinese Taipei up against Kento Momota, the left-handed Japanese player. Well, before the men's singles gets underway, chance for us to look at the destination Dubai Super Series standings at the moment. And Chen Long, winner of the last Super Series event prior to this, the Korean Open, consolidating his place at number 1. What a wonderful tournament AJ Jayaram had. First time he had been past the first round in a Super Series this year, but he's still, as you can see, not in the top 10. But the 2 semi-finalists from Korea, Momota and Chou Tien Chen, are the 2 players, as you can see, in the bottom half of the draw. The 3rd quarter are the 2 players that we are about to witness. 6 different nations, as you can see, at quarter-final stage. 6 of the 8 seeds are left in. Of course, 1 seed lost in the first round. Kashyap Parupalli beaten by the former world number 1 Lee Chong Wei, and Srikanth, he lost yesterday to Tommy Sugiyato. So good to see 6 different nations represented at quarter-final stage. There is Chou Tien Chen trying to reach his 3rd consecutive Super Series semi-final, because he was a semi-finalist in Japan, he was a semi-finalist in Korea, and if he wins today, he'll be semi-finalist here in Denmark. But when you consider that Kento Momota and Chen Long, the number 1 and 2 on the destination Dubai Super Series standings, have won 6 of the 8 previous Super Series events. It gives you an indication of what just good form Kento Momota is in. So as the players get ready, I'm delighted to introduce my friend and colleague, former head coach to the Danish national team, Stine Pedersen, and this is a match that I know you think will be very intriguing.
Yeah, we've seen Chou Tien Chen play some really, really good matches. And of course, as you mentioned, Momota has sort of made a name for himself this year. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see if the attack of Chou Tien Chen can sort of penetrate the defense of Momota, or Momota will have to go on the attack himself.
Well, as you can see, he's the number 7 seed, number 6 in the world. That's the highest he's ever been, so he's back up to his career high. As we saw from the destination Dubai, he's up 2 places to number 8 on the destination Super Series standings. One final this year, and that was in his home event, the Chinese Taipei Grand Prix Gold. Lost to Chen Long in the final, having beaten Jan-O Jorgensen, who's the current world number 2, in the quarterfinal, and Lin Dan in the semi-final. And he had a good result yesterday too against Tian Hao Wei of China. 3 games needed there to get through that one. But I thought he was very composed, having dropped that second game. So to his opponents, Kento Momota, 4 years younger than his opponent, 21 years of age, from Kakiwa. And he has been as high as 3 in the world, but there you are. You can see he's currently number 4. Well, this is an interesting scenario in his last 2 occasions here. He's lost in the last 32, 2 years ago, having come through the qualifying, and the last 16. You can see that his first 2 matches here were marathons. 1 hour and 24 minutes in the first round against Boonsak Ponsana, and 1 hour and 21 minutes against Su Jianho, another Chinese Taipei player. So he's been on court for 2 hours and 45 minutes, whereas his opponent has only been on court for 1 hour and 49 minutes, so almost 1 hour more than Chou Tien Chen. Well, this will be the 3rd meeting between the 2 players, and Momota has won both the previous 2. The last time they met was in the Sudirman Cup in the group stages earlier this year. Now, Steen, I was saying the interesting thing with Momota and his 2 previous occasions here. One in the last 16 last year, he lost to Song Wan-ho. In 2013, he lost to Tommy Sugiyato. They both happened to be number 7 seeds. And his opponent today, number 7 seed. But you don't believe in omens, do you?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So our court officials for this one, we just had a quick glimpse of them. Wolfgang Lund from France and Christoph Oswald from Germany. Both these players have won Super Series titles. Of course, last year at the French Super Series, Chou Tien Chen stunned everyone by winning the title unseeded.
Kento Momota, Japan. And on my left, Chou Tien Chen, Chinese Taipei. Kento Momota to serve. Love all. Play.
So the left-handed Kento Momota getting this quarterfinal underway. Yeah, it's nice. Well, I had the privilege of being in Taipei for the Chinese Taipei Grand Prix Gold event, and I witnessed all of his matches and those staggering back-to-back results against Jan-O Jorgensen and then Lin Dan. And of course, he had the home fans behind him. But, you know, we saw last year, Steen, with him winning the French Super Series, the potential and the talent that he's got. And I think this year, he's early stages of the year, I thought he struggled a little bit to consolidate that. But I think he's now found the rhythm again and found the belief. And I think he's looking as strong as ever.
Yeah, and I think that's actually quite common, that when you sort of make your breakthrough, then the other players, they start watching you on video, taking you a bit more seriously in the pre-match preparation, and that means that you are very likely to struggle a little bit. You perhaps also have high expectations for yourself. And so actually a natural development for Tien Chen, and interesting to see whether he can sort of become a regular in these quarterfinals, semi-final stage, and be able to win a tournament or 2 every year.
Yeah.
Fantastic match against Lin Dan in Chinese Taipei. We were able to catch that on television in Denmark, and he just played beautifully. And I think it got to him a little bit that he was playing in front of his home crowd.
And he does have a huge smash, doesn't
yeah.
he? It's not only powerful, it's great angle.
4 love.
Oh, he's made a wonderful start, hasn't he?
And I don't know if I'm correct, but I think that yesterday we saw Wei Nan beat Lee Chong-wei with Luan Jin as his coach. And I think actually that Luan Jin has also been coaching Chinese Taipei earlier on.
Yes, I think you're right. He is a delightful character. He's Chou Tien Chen. Speaks very good English. I sat and had a coffee with him at an airport recently, and wonderful chat. He was talking about how he's really trying to work on his game and certain improvements and so on. And that's really good to hear, you know, that he's taking control of it. He's decided what he wants to improve on and working on it on a daily basis.
Yeah. And of course, good to have him here in Denmark together with Tai Su Ying in the women's singles, because there's a lower tier tournament going on in his home country right now.
Yeah, very good point. Oh, look at that. That's magnificent.
Service over.
Should perhaps point out that the top players in world badminton are contractually obliged to play in the Premier Super Series events. And of course, both these players in the top 10 in the world therefore have to play the Premiers. Besides which, they want to play the Premiers. Bigger prize money, more ranking points. Oh, well, that's nice too. Yeah, and again, twice in that rally.
Very controlled and relaxed start, and then mixing it up with these very efficient smashes. And actually, the start that I hoped for, because some way I still have Momota as the favorite, but he hasn't been convincing so far, and I'm not sure he's totally in his very best shape yet. Won, of course, the bronze at the World Championships in Indonesia, and I suspect he had a little break after that.
Yeah, but he has got here the hard way, hasn't he? I was saying both of his first two matches over the hour and 20-minute mark.
Service over.
And that takes its toll as you get to the latter stages of the tournament.
And also, this is the first major tournament in Europe. I know there's been a Grand Prix tournament the week ahead of this one, this Premier Series here in Denmark. But there still might be a little bit of jet lag in some of the Asian players on day 1 and 2 in this tournament here, where it probably it's possible to put some pressure on them.
Well,
I'd had a little think about going over, but fell back his own side.
9-2.
Oh, yes. Well, it was the indecision deep in the forehand corner that really was the decisive factor, that one there.
Quick watch to the net there by Momota. I actually thought he'd just moved back to the middle of the court and wasn't being able to attack that one, but he was really, really quick on his feet.
om 15 minutter skriver Karoline Marin autograf fra Yonex i forhallen. Og det var om 15 minutter.
Yeah, clever. Good
That's
use
the
of the
second
body.
time.
Yeah.
Second time he used the body smash, and
Yeah.
quite easy points both times. But,
I know we've talked about it before, but I still find it absolutely fascinating that in January earlier this year, this man, Momota, openly said, I continue to work hard. I know I'll eventually win something. I may still be young, but I certainly need to start winning.
yeah.
And here we are 5 months later, 8 months later, after that, it won 2 Super Series events.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of people, a lot of athletes would say you're going to put undue pressure on yourself, but I think that showed real character.
Yeah. And I think the tricky thing is to sort of give those kind of statements on with the right timing, where you actually have all the weapons in place so that you actually can win. We sometimes see that other athletes follow up and saying, yeah, I need to win now as well. But they're not ready for it.
Yeah.
They think they're ready, or they try to talk themselves into being ready. But Momota, he really had the goods to back it up. And of course, we saw him also in the Thomas Cup campaign, where he was perhaps the deciding factor. Japan was led well by Kenichi Tago in the first men's singles at that time. But Momota playing the second singles, a very, very crucial third match, and he was a real strong card for the Japanese team, who went on to win the Thomas Cup.
Yeah, that semi-final you're talking about against China, beat Du Pengyu, and in the final beat Chong Wei Feng.
Yeah.
Second men's singles, yeah. You're right, they were absolutely crucial. Oh,
Well played.
yeah, very good.
I feel that Chou Tien Chen is playing a little bit with a little bit bigger patience than I've seen him before, and I think that's part of what he is working on.
Yeah.
I don't know if he told you more about what he's working on, but that would be, in my opinion, the ability to sort of variate when to attack.
Service over.
Well, the only thing I can tell you is that we had a little chuckle because he said that he had listened back to my commentary,
Yeah.
and I had said something about him taking the shuttle too low at the net, and he said, I'm working on that, Jill.
I think you should ask for royalties or coaching fee.
Service over.
Well, I'm quite certain, in all seriousness, he's working on an awful lot more, because I'm with you, Steen. I think he's playing a more patient style and a more measured attacking game instead of all-out blasting attack. So 4-point advantage.
好几颗都是放慢挑起来，而且都是直线给他的杀你中间死。这种球有时候稍微快一点，去让他推挑对角，知道吗？不要让他很顺这样子。就你自己往前的，第一个是你的时间要变化，第二个是你的球路，不要都给他直的，他就很顺，知道吗？啊，像你刚才不是有中间有一段压迫到他吗？你起来之后那个出手可以大胆去攻，没有关系，不要怕不敢攻，知道吗？好。
Thank you.
Certainly going to have a busy 3 weeks, is Chou Tien Chen, because next week he'll be defending his French Open title, and the week after that He'll be trying to defend his Bitburger Grand Prix Gold title. Oh, good defense.
Oh, 12-7.
Oh, that goes down as a bad missed opportunity.
Yeah.
He's got such strong legs, hasn't he, Chou Tien Chen? Look at the way he gets back up and then crouches down low for the next one.
I think Momota, he misjudged how big the opportunity was on that one. Came out lower than he thought. And really nice that that he's not afraid of playing 3 tournaments in a row in Europe. What a smash there from Momota. We often see the top players opt to only play 1 or 2 of the tournaments and then go back home. And I think they need to sort of get used to playing more tournaments. And of course, the organizers have to provide the correct training facilities and so on. But, that's a good development for badminton.
Yeah. He's always been a player that's played a lot of events. 2013, he played 18 tournaments. And 2014, he played 20 tournaments. You know, so he's always thrived off a lot of competition play. But then again, that's what the tennis players, I think, ATP, the men tennis players have to play 19 a year. They have to play.
And I think there's this perception that you can only play 2, maximum 3 tournaments, then you have to go back home and practice and work on your game and for like 3-4 weeks at least before you can play again. And I think we need to slowly change that that perception.
Hence your comment about good practice and training facilities if you do go from one tournament to another. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, patient build-up. Is there something that Momota should be doing differently tactically?
I was just thinking that he's been targeting the backhand side in the attack a lot, in my opinion. He's also been successful, but I think it's important that he keeps his variation in the attack, and we've only seen those 2 body smashes that were actually both winners. So I'd like to see some variation, especially from Momota's backhand side. Perhaps even the cross smash there, which is normally a very efficient shot from left-handed players, the cross smash from the backhand side. And there's a try for the straight backhand, the straight smash to the backhand of Chou again. And I have a feeling that we've seen Momota earlier this year, and I feel that right now he doesn't have that extra gear that we've seen him being able to produce earlier on when he won the Indonesia Premier Series. The big question right now is how much is this wearing Chou Tien Chen down?
Yeah.
Because I think Momota is more used to play this patient style of men's single than Chou Tien Chen is, and will his speed, his ability to change the pace, will that suffer later in this first game, or perhaps in the second game?
Yeah.
That's the
Good point.
That's the big question right now.
Yeah. Just picking up on the point that you made, that Momota doesn't look perhaps as... Oh, we've got a little injury problem here, have we? Yeah, a little bit of a grazed finger for Chou Tien Chen. He'll be all right. He's a tough man. But, you know, the fact is you and I were both reading in the Malaysian newspapers that Kenichi Tago has been thrown out of the national team for what appears to be bad attitude and missing training sessions and so on. And I'm obviously just wondering whether not having his regular sparring partner perhaps is, you know, sparring is very important in a player's practice. It's not just doing the shot practice and so on, but are there enough, do you think, men's singles players? Because, of course, Ueda, he's out injured at the moment, isn't he? So are there the sparring partners there?
The sparring partner right now would be Sho Sasaki and the young junior players, because Japan is really, really strong on the junior side as well. But I think both Momota and Tago has benefited from Momota coming up from being the world junior champion. He's put pressure on Tago, who was the #1 Japanese player, so he felt the challenge from a young player coming up and had to raise his game, and I think that helped Japan win the Thomas Cup. Afterwards, I think that what has happened is that Momota has sort of passed Tago, and Tago has sort of is a little bit disheartened and can't really find motivation. He's been part of the Thomas Cup winning team, tried to win Super Series numerous times, unsuccessful, and now the young player is surpassing him. So I think that Momota will be suffering a little bit, because it would be better if Tago was still sort of pressuring him in practice, and they were battling for the #1 spot in Japan.
Yeah, and I know what you mean, because, you know, Tago is only 26 years of age. Yeah. You know, if you're nearing 30 or even over 30 and some of the youngsters start beating you, you sort of think, well, this is the natural progression. But when you're supposed to be the superstar, you know, dealing with a player that's only 3 or 4 years younger than you, or maybe 5 years younger than you, starting to beat you and taking over the #1 spot, and he's already won Super Series tournaments. Tago was in 7 finals, couldn't win one of them. Yeah. You know, psychologically, it does take its toll.
It definitely does. And that raises another issue here. What if Tago switched to another coach? He's part of he used to be part of the Japanese national team, but we saw that Saina Nehwal used to being coached by Gopichan, the Indian national coach, used to coach Saina Nehwal in the women's singles. We saw PV Sindhu, who we're going to watch later today. Yeah. We saw her emerge on the international scene, and a lot of other Indian strong players emerged. And Saina, she took the consequence of that, changing her training regime, moving to Bangalore, training with Vimal Kumar as her head coach now, so that she gets the amount of attention that she needs to play well.
Yeah.
And it would be natural for the Japanese coaches to have their a bigger part of their attention on Kento Momota and not so much on Kenichi Tago.
Yeah.
So
very, very
would
good
he
point.
be able to make it if he sort of was moving to another coach?
Yeah. Well, Momota has certainly worked his way back into this opening game.
Yeah. He's taking control of the match. He was down 9-2, and here he's directing the shots. I mean, it's a little bit like watching Lin Dan.
Yes.
that the opponent is really running a lot, but there's very few opportunities.
Oh, it was a very good rally. Long, hard rally.
So a bold prediction would be that Momota, is taking this match in 2 games.
Well, okay. So a moment ago, I said, should Targo be doing something different? And you gave me very, very good reason why no, because this is the way he plays or everything that you said. So now I'm going to say, well, should Chou Tien Chen now start thinking of changing his game? I thought in the early stages when he was commanding the rallies instead of reacting, he was proactive. Yeah. He was doing better.
Yeah, he was. And I think he's from what we've seen, I would suspect that he would be in the midst of sort of developing his game to be a more complete player. I would rate him as an attacking player, and I think he's in the midst of working a little bit more on his patience, on his defense, and so on. And I just think that right now Momota is still better than him in that part of the game. So he's been a little bit too passive. Yeah. And he really needs to use a lot of energy right now to back this first game, because if he loses that, he's really in dire straits.
Yeah, psychologically as much as anything.
And I feel that Momota is on the verge of playing his way into this tournament.
Yeah. Well, 6 straight points has brought him back level.
Yeah.
As you point out, he was 7 points adrift at one stage at 2-9.
And he's been playing really, really solid the last approximately 10 rallies. Like we normally see Chen Long with high quality in all of his shots.
Now, 7 straight points to go into the lead.
15.
Yeah, he looks tired.
He looks tired. He wore him down. Momota wore Chou Tien Chen down. And even when he decides to smash a little bit, the bite seems to be gone from his smashes. So the score is actually now 15-6 in favor of Targo, since he was behind 2-9.
Momota.
Yeah, Momota, sorry.
Yeah.
Targo is probably on his way to Paris right now for the next tournament.
9 straight points. What on earth?
19.
Well, he's going to be asking himself that. And that's probably the last thing he should be asking himself.
Well done. And he stopped changing pace. That was the beauty in the beginning of this game from Chou, that he had these changes of pace, these sudden attack situations, and they sort of vanished in the middle of the first game here. Oops.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
So if Momota is a little bit unprecise, then he still gets punished.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, you said to me at breakfast, Steen, didn't you, this was going to be an intriguing one? You're absolutely right.
Did I say that?
You did.
Okay. I must pay more attention to what I say at breakfast. Too short. Way too short, that lift from Momota.
String's gone in the racket.
Yeah.
With Chou Tien Chen, so...
And what happens if Chou pulls this off and takes the first game? Momota will be kicking himself.
Yeah.
Coming back from a big deficit to lead by 3 points and then throwing it away. Well, it hasn't happened yet, so...
No.
All.
Oh, good net exchange. Well.
Yeah, very good shot from Chou Tien Chen, the long drop.
20, game point, 19.
Challenging Momota to make the precision shot and wasn't able to.
So 5 straight points now to Chou Tien Chen. Oh, was that going long? That's certainly not. Oh, good rally. That's, that was going long, surely. This game point opportunity.
What an angle.
Brilliance. What an opening game. What a rally to close it out. I was convinced that Chou Tien Chen took 2 at the back of the court that he could have left. Well, after he lost those 10 straight points from 15-9 up to 19-15 down, I thought it was curtains for this opening game. That was brilliant. 30 minutes for game number 1, 21-19.
顺序把它做一下颠倒，你看后面这样得分很轻松啊，你中间这段还是你要去顶住这样的方式啊，因为你看他这样打下来，其实他后面抢不到了，质量也不好了，懂吗？就是因为你前面有这样比较有耐心的让他得分没关系，但是你一定要想办法让他排出这么多，才能得到你1分，因为你要抢的时候是对你比较有利，这部分还是要多注意的。那前面这个往前这个东西不要放，你放慢1个、2个，但是第3个开始你可能就要做一点变化的输出，不要老是都放慢。 让他顺着打，这样懂我意思吗？我觉得你前排还是要做，基本上是要做一点压迫的东西给他，不要放得太顺。顺1个、2个开始有点压迫，下打快，然后把球送到位，快，然后把球送到位，这样就好了。自己要做坚持一点哦。
So the advice from the coaches.
20 seconds, court 1, 20 seconds.
For Kento Momota. his coach, Keita Masuda. Well, obviously we don't understand what was said to Chou Tien Chen, but of course it's
Second game.
perhaps even more intriguing for us to know what the coach of the player who's lost the opening game is saying. Do they change tactics? What should they be doing? What should they be focusing on, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think Momota, when he led 19-16, I think he sort of took his foot off the pedal a little bit and got a little bit careless. And when he did that, he was punished. So it's really a very interesting situation. Good shot there. Really interesting situation because had Momota won the first game, I'm almost positive that he would have won the second as well. But now I'm not really sure how will that affect him. There's still 2 games ahead of you.
Yeah.
You played like 30 minutes.
And you've already had 2 matches that have gone past the hour and 20-minute mark.
But I'm sure that he practices a lot harder than he actually plays in the tournaments.
Yeah.
We saw that when he more or less wore Du Pengyu down in the Thomas Cup semi-final, which is, in my opinion, one of the most fit players, or was one of the most fit players at that time.
Yeah.
So, and we also saw it in the Indonesia Open, where he was struggling and he had very little recovery time between the quarterfinal and the semi-final. He managed to pull through and beat Paropali Kashyap in the semi-final and went on to win the final in 3 games against Jano Jorgensen. So we shouldn't underestimate that. But is his form that good that he can play at a sufficiently high level to come back here against Chou? That's going to be interesting.
Service over. Service over. 3-4.
Yeah, well, we've got this slight delay because there was some sort of light that was projected down onto the court surface. The 2 adjoining courts are in darkness at the moment. And I think there was the shuttle light was, yeah, there we go, just explaining to the tournament referee what the issue was. Nachatai Somprachum, tournament referee from Thailand.
3-4, play.
Now that movement was quick around the head, wasn't it?
Welcome to technical officials onto court 2 and 3.
Good lift, my goodness.
Service over. 4-5.
Court number 3, men's doubles.
Oh, look at
Please
that.
welcome world number 1.
That's where the powerful legs come into play. Leapt from his base position to play that round the head smash across court. That's phenomenal.
Fantastic shot. And he looks so agile when doing it. We've seen Chen Long do it as well, but you can see that it's raw power when Chen Long does it.
World number 7 and runner-up at the BWF World Championships 2015 from China, Liu Xiaolong and Chou Tien.
Service over.
Umpire Niels Mortensen, service judge Jakob Sundberg.
There's something in his style, the style of Chou Tien Chen, that reminds me a little bit of the former Chinese player Chen Hong.
Yes, former world number 1.
Former world number 1, I think All England winner.
Court number 2.
He was certainly the man that Gopichan beat in the final.
Yeah.
But I think he did win it.
World and All England champion from China, Chen Long. He's facing World 15 quarterfinalist at the Yonex Chinese Taipei Open from Hong Kong, China, Wei Nan.
Service over.
Umpire is Archimano, service judge Michelle Souza Lopez.
Well-placed drop shots from Momota. In order to open up the court, they should preferably hit the opponent's floor before the white service line. Drags the opponent a little step extra towards the net and opens up the court.
Service over. 7, 8.
Oh, magic.
Fantastic
Absolute
shot.
magic.
And if you look at the technique of Chou Tien Chen, his shot seems, a lot of his shot seems a little bit abrupt. That it's only the racket doing something. The arm doesn't follow, but he's got such a fantastic touch, and that makes them really hard to predict. The top players use the body position and the arm movement to judge what kind of shot is actually coming. And if you don't move your arm a lot, then it's really, really hard to see where the opponent is aiming his shots.
10.
4 straight points.
There it was again.
Yeah.
11-8 interval.
5 straight points to go to the mid-game interval.
He's finding the lines.
像这样，你前几拍抓紧，有机会攻，没有机会一样。记得你下手的时候就拉高，上手有机会就做推压，懂我意思吗？因为你去放那种球，它上来很顺，你别人又拉高，因为你今天放那种进网、戳网的，你都是挑比较多，对，所以你宁愿先放，抢高有机会去做推压，然后再来抢，不要一开始就先放，一放它就马上就上来了，懂我意思吗？ 好，这部分还是要注意。前几拍有机会抓紧，
He looked so tired in the end of the first game.
Yeah.
Chou.
Court 1,
It
20
could also
seconds.
be a little bit of uncertainty. What should I do? How do I adjust my game so I can sort of handle this new situation where Momota stepping up in his game.
11, 8, play.
Oh, yes. Well, I guess it perhaps wasn't as deep as it could have been, that clear. Let's have a look where his feet are, Momota. Yeah, he's inside the doubles line, isn't he? Yeah. No wonder he's got the opportunity to play the winner.
9, 11.
Oh, crikey.
10, 11.
Well, certainly wasn't called by the umpire. Wouldn't mind seeing that from along the net angle. Look at that net cord. Here we go. Oh no, that's
a fantastic
very
return.
fantastic. Good umpiring too. Well done.
That's well left.
Yeah.
Service
Managed to
over.
get his body out of the way.
12, 10.
Yeah, good call, line judge. They're sharp today. Court officials, all of them. Oh, she was there.
13, 10.
Momota will be kicking himself. Look at that.
And it's the angle of the first attack that does the trick. That makes it difficult for Momota to play it back with precision, and sets up an even bigger opportunity on the second one.
Yeah. Good positive play from the front of the court from Momota.
Magnus Emil Jakobsen henvendte sig til sekretariat, da du har tabt et kort.
Oh, yes.
Service over.
That movement around the head position.
Yeah.
It's smooth. It's relaxed.
And look at the quick release again.
Yeah.
No time to judge whether it's a cross shot or a straight shot. And he's not even close to it, Momota.
Clever. Yeah. Roaring himself towards the finish line.
11.
He had this period in the first game where he got, in my opinion, a little bit too passive, but right now he's mixing it up beautifully.
Yeah.
And it's not hard smashes all the time.
Just wide. Now,
Service
that's
over.
the sort of
12, 15.
shot that to me is maybe a little overconfident. Am I being a little harsh? trying to be a little too deceptive.
Yeah, perhaps. But he's been successful on a number of occasions, but it requires so much training.
13.
And if your timing is just a little bit off, then
Yeah.
it's very often a mistake.
Oh, well done. Oh! Oh, he's called a fault. He's called a fault. Now, was that over the nets, or did he hit the nets? Well, the shuttle hit the net, didn't it?
I think it stayed on Momota's side. No? Yeah. Really hard to see what.
Well, I think umpire Wolfgang Lund was saying the racket hit the net.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen it once. Let's see it again. Here we
I tend
go.
to agree with him. It's really
Was it-
hard to see.
It is difficult, isn't it? I mean, they have to make these split-second decisions. I think that's the shuttle.
15.
Yeah.
Certainly thundered off the top of the tape, didn't it? Crikey, who'd want to be an umpire? I wouldn't.
It's so tough to call
Yeah.
these tapping situations at
Yeah,
the net.
absolutely. Yeah, that's a good response, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it was on the way I
It's over. 16.
perceived that it was on the outer part of the line. But
We
no
haven't had a-
challenge.
We haven't had one single challenge in this quarterfinal
No,
so far, have
no,
we?
No. Great shot from Momota.
Service over.
And that's the shot that I was talking about in the first game.
15.
The
16.
cross smash from the backhand side of a left-hander.
Yeah.
The right-hander on the other side have to have a lot of attention on the straight smash down his backhand. So it's really hard to cover the forehand well. Well, it's been a great match so far. And
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't mind to see another game. That's good.
Yeah, look at that net shot.
That's really well played. Because the change of pace
Yeah.
and following it up and sort of working on your advantage, making it a little bit bigger until you have the opportunity to kill it without risking anything.
Yeah. And this is where he has improved so much. That effort there to come in with the racket arm outstretched and take that backhand net shot so high, as you say, it sets up the whole opportunity in the rally.
Well played.
Service over.
Very well played.
Sixteen. 17.
Yeah, there's that net shot again. But that's a brilliant lift from Momota. And he's back level.
All.
Great shot.
Yeah. Just something a little unexpected.
Yeah.
That's nice. Short. Yeah, it's a good rally again, isn't it?
18, 17.
4 of the last 5 points to Momota. Pendulum swings once again.
Well, there was again the body attack, and I think it would be wise of Momota to
19,
put that a little bit more in the mix. Not entirely overusing it, but there's some more points waiting for him there.
Oh, that's fabulous, isn't it?
And well controlled, because it's not full power smash.
No.
The placement is fantastic.
18, 19.
And we saw that yesterday as well with Wei Nan, that his placement of his attacking shots against Lee Chung-wei were the deciding factor.
Yeah.
They were not as hard as possible, but they were as accurate as possible.
And steep.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, good net shot. Brilliant.
Yeah.
My goodness me. Well, anything you can do, I can do better. Look at the accuracy of that.
20, game point.
I thought it was a pretty good lift too. But look at this. Straight down the line. And 2 game point opportunities to level this quarterfinal at 1 game apiece. Oh my goodness.
A little bit too short in the last shot from Momota. Otherwise, great defense.
Look at that. But this is where there's a new maturity with Chou Tien Chen. Because in the past, if his opponent got back at what he thought should be a winning shot, there was almost panic. I've got to finish it off the next one. But he just
That's very
calmly
common.
rebuilds the rally now.
Yeah, it's very common with a lot of players that if the opponent sort of puts up a good defense and we have like 3 or 4 winning shots and we try them all and they don't work,
19,
okay, then we can't win it.
Yeah.
But that's where you need to change sort of small adjustments, you put small adjustments into your game, and he's done that brilliantly.
Yeah.
Both players have.
So still game point opportunity, though, to Momota.
Oh, it's short.
20 all. Yeah, the raw, you're not there yet. It's 20 all, and there'll be extra points until there's a clear 2-point winning margin. But I tell you what I liked at the start of that rally, Steen. The serve out wide to Momota's forehand side, and he knew what reply was going to come.
And it's very often the case that the forehand returns are more predictable than the backhand returns.
Yeah.
It's much easier disguising your return with the backhand. The first one I saw starting using that was Taufik Dayat against Peter Gade. Together, one of the very best service returners in the backhand, but the forehand was that's long.
Good judgment, yeah.
The forehand was not as dangerous.
So will it be third time lucky? This is the third game point opportunity now for the left-handed Momota. Goodness. What a rally. Oh, it's going wide.
Yep.
It is one game all. We're just 2 minutes shy of the hour mark. And Kento Momota has taken the second game. 22-20. One game all, says the umpire. And Steen, you've got your wish. A third and deciding game.
正拍那里的小球，他的正拍那边小球，你先不要打，尤其是你打那种高的，你宁愿把它拨到反拍这边去，知道吗？那有些你在做手中反攻的时候，你手完你要去抓他一些习惯球，抓他都喜欢这样回来，你勾对角之后他就要抓这个东西。他有些固定的球路，就是他在攻的时候，有些固定的球路你要去抓，不要把它放得太慢。那 一样来回当中，你的前排不要都一样的速度，挡完都一样。
They play for an hour now, and it's not like they've sort of been dragging out in between the rallies. They've been playing long rallies. I feel this is this match we're seeing here. That's a final worthy, and I've recently been critical about the level of play in men's singles, and I think I have to sort of revise my view on that. I think we're about to get a very, very good top group in the men's singles. The competition is getting tougher.
Not only tougher, I think there's more belief.
Yeah.
You know, I think that Tina Baun, going back a few years, is a Danish player who, of course, is previous winner of this event, but 3 times won the All England Championships. When she won the Japan Open back in 2007, she changed other people's perspective of what could be achieved.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we had female players from many, many different countries coming through who had that belief, well, if Tina can do it, there's no reason why I shouldn't do it. And I think there has been a period of time where the men's singles players have just said, well, if it's not Lee Chong-wei, then it's Lin Dan. And if it's not Lin Dan, then it's Chen Long.
Yeah.
You know, and now they've seen that these great players can be beaten. And there's a belief.
There's no sole king in men's singles badminton. There's a lot battling out for the throne.
Yeah, and that's an exciting time for us,
the
fans.
It is. And we see the youngsters coming up. These two players, I mean, even though he's 26, which would, for an Asian player, be at least middle-aged, and for a European player, that would be quite young. We've seen these two players come. We've seen the Danes, Janno Jorgensen, Victor Axelsen. We've seen Wei Nan been playing great lately. And yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's exciting. 6 different nations involved at quarterfinal stage here in the men's singles. It's a healthy situation. Oh, look at that. Love it.
Reverse slice.
Service over. 1-2.
A difficult shot to execute. The trick is to aim quite high, not aim for the tape, aim higher than the tape.
2-4.
Why? Because it dies so much quicker?
Yes, it dies a lot
Because you're
quicker
putting the-
because you're slicing it. You're
Yeah.
using the reverse slice, and a lot of players, they tend to go for the net, but they will simply hit it into the net if they go for the tape,
Yeah.
or if they give so much power that it will pass the tape, it will go too long inside the court.
Yeah.
3-2.
So you sort of have to let gravity do its job.
Yeah. Oh, magnificent game.
Service over.
Yeah, you can see
All.
Kento Momota, Japanese coach.
Please stay on
See if we can
court.
see it now. Just went out of the picture. He's signaling that he needs to lift. Momota needs to lift with more height on his lifts,
3 all.
so that Chou is not able to jump into the trajectory of the shot.
Oh, that's good judgment. Just,
4-3.
yeah, you can always tell with the Japanese coach Kento Momota that when he's nervous, he gets closer and closer to the edge of his seat, doesn't he?
Yeah, this
He was a nice player too, wasn't he?
very good
Momota.
player. Also versatile, strong in all three categories.
Five, 3.
Well, here's an interesting stat then, Steen. Picking up, there's Kento Momota. He was the #1 Japanese men's singles player, then the #1 Japanese men's doubles player.
And played a very, very good week mixed with Miyuki Maeda
Yeah,
when they first started out. It faded out a little bit, but I really thought that they had something going, but they weren't able to follow up on
Yeah.
it.
well, this man,
4,
Chou Tien Chen,
5.
3 years ago at the Icelandic International, won the men's singles and the mixed doubles.
That's
Now,
interesting.
It is interesting because I think with player development, I know we've talked about it before, and you know, at a young age when you first start travelling on the international circuit, if you're not going to be expecting to get through necessarily in one discipline, to play more than one as part of the development, not because you want to be a great necessarily. He doesn't want to be a great mixed doubles player. He wants to success, but it's made him into a better singles player.
Yeah. And it could be both the tactical sense of different situations, and also it could be the development of certain kind of shots that playing mixed doubles or men's doubles or whatever other category than the one you're sort of banking on could help you develop other kind of shots. But it goes very well with my theory that to be a top mixed doubles player, you need to be able to move really well, and you need to be able to kill
Yeah.
the shuttle yourself. And both things would definitely be true for Chou Tien Chen.
5.
Oh, he anticipated that well. Oh, my goodness. Well, there's the accuracy you were talking about
Service over.
before, Steen, yet again.
6, all.
You can see that defensive shot from Chou Tien Chen here. He wasn't aiming for the net. He was aiming way higher
Yeah.
in order to get it close enough from a horizontal perspective.
Yeah. We were talking yesterday, weren't we, about a very, very slight drift in the arena.
Yeah.
And we thought it was flying a little bit quicker coming towards us, and that shuttle there, I think, proves us right.
Good shot.
Oh, that was nice too. Always
It's
landed
in.
in.
Service over.
That little shot at the net. Yeah, it's no question that's in.
That's a misjudgment.
That seemed to be like a little topspin net shot,
Yeah.
just played cross court. Extraordinary shot. Yeah, well, what were we saying about anything you can do, I can do better. Both hitting the back line, consecutive rallies. Oh, our first challenge.
Challenges called out.
Well, instinctively, I thought the line judges made the right call there, but we'll let Hawkeye adjudicate for us. Here we go. Oh, very difficult to tell, isn't it? Hawkeye with very high-speed cameras looking down each of those lines, sideline and back line. Here we go. Yeah, it was just out. Line judge was right.
Challenge unsuccessful.
My instinctive reaction correct
Chou
as well.
Tien Chen, one challenge remaining. Service over. 8-all. Play.
Oi. Oi, that's so strong from Chou.
Unbelievable, wasn't it? Because it was almost as if he was
He was
committed.
going for one kind of shot.
Yeah.
Then
And
he saw that's impossible.
to readjust and then play such an accurate... And there's that sort of topspin shot again. Well, that wasn't so exaggerated that time, but that is wonderful control.
Yeah, this is
Chou
another
Tien
challenge.
Chen, challenges called in.
No, again, I think that may be a wasted challenge. What did
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, and that was also my initial reaction.
Ooh,
No,
Chen,
Oh.
challenges called in.
well, now
not
I'm
from
not
the
so
replay.
No, I know.
And we're not sitting that well to see that sideline. You have a much better view of the right sideline. The left one is a little bit difficult. Yeah, good challenge.
Correction out.
Oh, there you go.
Ten, 8, play.
goodness, that's good, isn't it? Just missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
He's negotiating with himself. Should I challenge or should I not?
Ooh.
That's very, very difficult.
Oh, goodness me.
Great camera work to give us that kind of replay.
It's gone wide. 10-all. Who is going to have the advantage at the change of ends? This point will decide it. Well, the answer is Kento Momota. On a run of 3 straight points. Changes ends with the advantage here in the third and deciding game. An hour and 13 minutes into the match. And just 1 point in it.
那你要注意啊，有些在你防守的时候不用打得那么保守，前几个防守，你觉得好像不太行的时候，有时候变一下，中间一点没有关系啊，知道吗？不要让他都太习惯，这样他在控台会比较顺一点。那你要记得手腕的那个上网有那个脚的变速一定要再多注意一下，手腕脚的变速一定要多注意，有机会去做变速跟攻或是做推压就好。哦，这部分还是要坚持一下，不用太急哦。
Well, this match desperately difficult to call and predict.
Yeah, my first prediction is down the drain, so I'm not going to say anything more in this match. Just that it's a very, very good match to start this quarterfinal day on.
Well, the anticipation there, the commitment going forward from Chou Tien Chen have paid dividends for him. Yeah, it was prior to that.
Excellent balance.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh, it's just long.
Challenge from Chou.
Well.
That's risky. On the opponent's baseline, that looked out to me.
Oh. Good.
I think that's going to be called out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I immediately thought my reaction, as I think I said, good shot. Because there was a big gap there, but it wasn't entirely obvious.
No.
Deep into the backhand corner of Momota. Oh, it's caught the line. Would you believe it? What a good challenge.
12-11.
Yeah, and how crucial might that prove to be? Oh, good net shot.
Yeah. They both played well at the net. I still think that Chou has been dominant at the net. He's created more opportunities for himself at the net than Momota has.
Yeah.
He was normally rated a very, very strong net player.
Yeah.
Fantastic shot.
And it's the variation. I know you keep talking about this, that, you know, because he's hit winners straight down the line from that position, all of a sudden then the cross court becomes more dangerous.
But I still would say that Momota should cover the cross here, because the lift is cross, and it is extremely difficult to hit a precise straight shot in that situation. So let him create the winners on the most difficult, in the most difficult way. And if you can do that, well, congratulations.
Oh, look at
The
that.
point is yours.
Good rally. Well, 5 points since the mid-game interval, and all 5 points to Chou Tien Chen.
And the very important challenge
Yes.
15.
got him another
Yeah.
3 points. Or he earned himself another 3 points after that. A little too big deception there from Momota.
Oh, clever smash.
This one.
Yes.
But I still think that the body smash would be
16.
a good attacking opportunity for Momota.
Do you think he should have followed up more on it then?
Yeah,
Quicker?
I think so, and hit a bit more, because I think he gets an advantage when he's hitting at his body. And when he's hitting towards the sides, unless he's in a very good position, it just comes back.
Another very, very accurate shot. That is now 7 straight points since 10, 11 down at the change of ends.
Service over.
No, that was a tired-looking movement there. His movement has been great round the head until then.
17.
I think he got too far behind the shuttle. And if you get too far behind the shuttle, it's really difficult to execute that stick smash, because then it will be in front of you and it will have a more downwards direction, which takes it into the net.
Oh, that's
so
wild.
the thing that Momota played short actually helped him a little bit.
18. 12.
There's a real sort of final push here, isn't there, from
Yeah.
Momota? He knows it's now or never. Got to
Now or
get
never.
back into this.
And preferably he needs a couple of quick points now, because if he's going to work hard for all the 5 points, it's going to be really challenging. "81 minutes.
Yeah.
And-
Third consecutive match going over the hour and 20-minute mark.
I haven't seen all the matches here at the Yonex Denmark Open, but of the matches I've seen, this is so far clearly the best match
Yeah,
in terms of all 3 games being well played.
yeah.
The players are sort of
13. 18.
a good match, good fit.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He somehow senses that Momota is sort of playing this corner freight lifting, and moves forward a little bit in order to gained the advantage in the rally, and that's just brilliant.
13.
Just 2 points required to reach his third consecutive Super Series tournament semi-final. Yeah, it's a nice exchange.
Service over.
Well, had that have gone over, I'm not sure that Momota would have reached it.
14, 19.
It was a good miss because it was still threatening something in the rallies to come. Momota knows there's a lot of variation from his opponent. And the thing we talked about in the end of the first game, that he was looking a little bit tired. We can forget all about that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's on the verge of victory. He is the number 7 seed, Chou Tien Chen.
And
6 match point
and
opportunities.
we've seen the emotions, both when he won the first game and when he won important rallies and so on. This means a lot to him. He's sick of being 0-2 down in individual matches against Momota. Wasn't it 0-2?
It was.
He really wants to win this.
20, match point 14. Service over. 15, 20.
One match point come and gone. I think there's still another 4 opportunities for Chou Tien Chen. The second time of asking. Chou Tien Chen, victorious at 1 hour and 25 minutes to beat Kento Momota in 3 games. That's lovely, good sportsmanship at the end of the match. And for a 3rd consecutive time, Momota has indeed lost to the number 7 seed here at the Denmark Open. What a match. 21-15 in that deciding game confirms the umpire. What an absolute thriller. And what quality throughout, as Steen Petersen was saying. Wonderful match. The moments of victory and a 3rd consecutive Super Series tournament semi-final. Achieved it in Japan last month, then the week after that did the same in Korea, and now at the 9th event on the Super Series Tour, he once again reaches the semi-final. Oh, what a wonderful way to start quarterfinals day here in Odense at the Yonex Denmark Open. Up next is mixed doubles, then we'll turn our attention to men's singles once again, then women's singles, and then we'll finish off with men's doubles. So the next match, as you can see, is mixed doubles. The number 8 seeds from China, Lu Kai and Huang Qiaxiong, up against the number 2 seeds, Tontoi Ahmad and Liliana Nasir. Well, as far as the destination Dubai ranking